Productions.
A lot of confidence in that. Sure? Are you sure? Yeah, look at that. We're ready.
Yeah.
Welcome to Thursday, everybody. Liquid Lunch. It is noon. It is time to step away from your desk, step away from your responsibilities, and just have fun for the next hour or so. Celebrate beer in the state of Texas. My name is Josh. I'm your host. What was that? Guy to my left, screen right?
What?
Hi, Josh here, everybody. Welcome to Liquid Lunch.
Yeah.
Get your beers ready. Hopefully you put your orders in already. Maybe you called ahead, and you can just put in those earbuds and sit along and listen and watch and be amazed as we talk beer here on Liquid Lunch. I don't do this show by myself. That would be weird, just a dude in a room talking to himself. So to my left, your screen right, the guy that's always here, and hopefully is he ready for this stunt he's about to pull yet again. Ladies and gentlemen, Kennedy.
Hey, how's it going? I'm Kennedy.
And did you? Nope, didn't finish it. Yeah, didn't finish it.
I finished it.
No, you didn't.
I did.
No, you didn't.
This is finished, basically.
You can see the beer at the bottom. That's a whole, like, look at that.
Well, it's a pretty sweet logo that I have on this pint glass.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All the way from Boerne.
There's a story about this.
Yeah, you know, we'd be remiss if we didn't go ahead and jump in and talk to our guests. Paige and Trip Mathews are with us all the way from Boerne at, make sure I'm pronouncing this right. Is it Tusculum?
Tusculum.
Tusculum.
Yeah.
The original name of Boerne.
Well, you just gave it away.
Oh, yeah,
Yes.
but not,
You just,
I mean,
you
maybe.
completely just blew that story.
Okay.
Maybe they want something interesting they wanted to talk
Well,
about, where
thanks.
the name came from.
Okay.
We had a whole speech planned.
Oh, well, thanks for being on, guys. We'll see y'all next time. Be sure to
been a
visit when you head to
pleasure.
Boerne. No, that's a scratch. What do you mean original name? Maybe did they change it last week? I don't know. What happened? Oh, well, maybe we should get the story from the people that know.
Yeah.
So, hey, guys.
That's great. Oh.
Hello. Hi.
What's going on in Boerne today?
Nothing much. We're getting ready for our first Thursday open. So we
Yeah.
put everything on one day because why not?
This is the first Thursday. I noticed it expanded.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Congratulations. Happy Thursday.
Yeah.
First Thursday. Scratch it down. January 1st, 2020. Those are a lot of nice round numbers. 30, 20, 20. That'll be good.
Yeah.
Okay. Thursday. What time are y'all opening tonight or this evening?
We are open at 4 today.
4 o'clock. Set your watches.
Oh, in case you're wondering, just
Mhm.
for hours, look at
Yeah.
the screen.
Oh, there you go. Right to your left. Right there on
Perfect.
your left. There you go. 3 to 10. But you don't have Thursday on there.
Yeah, I just updated yesterday on our Facebook.
Mm.
Oh, well, I made this on Tuesday.
Mhm.
My bad.
Can you edit that on the fly?
No, I can't edit it on the fly.
Can
but
you put like a post-it on our screen?
Yeah, I can put a post on the screen. No one will see it though.
No. Let's do that. Okay. Well, okay, let's get the story. You are now open on Thursdays. How did we get to where we are now, drinking beers on a streaming show, talking to you? Are y'all at the brewery currently?
Yeah, we're in our
we're in
office.
our
Oh,
upstairs.
it looks so homey. I thought maybe y'all were in your living room.
Oh, this is my side of the office.
Mine doesn't look this nice.
Okay. Well,
There's microscope and all kinds of stuff just sprawled everywhere across my desk.
that's cool. Nerding out. I like that. So tell us the story. How did we get to here?
So it's been almost 20 months, right? Ago? Yeah, about 20 months ago, we, my father, who's one of our other business partners, we have a total of 7 business partners. 4 of them are family, and then 3 of them are very close family friends. And we'd been talking about opening a brewery for over 3 years at that point, just iterations of where we would put it, how we would do it. And 20 months ago, my dad just sort of leased a building, like just out of the blue was like, yeah, just sign the lease on this building. Here's where it's going to go. And so in downtown Boerne, there was a old lumber company. It was called Bergman Lumber. Mm-hmm. And we were very good friends with those people. And they actually wanted to retire, stop doing what they were doing. And so we leased that building. And the front building, the original building is called the H.O. Adler building. It's 110 years old. Mm. And so behind it is a 4,000 square foot warehouse, and then behind that is another 9,000 square foot of covered lumber bins that we have a stage and everything built into now. So over the course of the last 20 months, it actually took us 18 months to get it completely to where we are.
To get one stage of it open, and then we put a tap room in the front. I mean, then we got that open, and then we did all the work on our beer garden and got that open. So it was like stages.
Yeah, so it's a lot of
Yeah.
space. It's too much to do everything at once.
Yes.
So we've done, we can open the brewery in this tap room. It was during the summer. And
Yeah.
then we knew that it was going to get cold, so we had to have an inside space. So we had to finish the tap room inside,
Yeah.
and then finished our beer garden outside to do events. And we've always sort of done, that's been a part of something we've done. We've always had people could rent any space for an event. And so we did a lot of Christmas parties this past year. So
Yes, tons.
That's cool. I was looking at the map, and Boerne is a happening spot. There's a lot of fun stuff to do over there. Hill
Yeah.
country. You need a little hill country, Kennedy, now and then. You just need to go drive around and get some hill country.
I
up
love
in you.
going to hill country.
I know it's the best, right?
Yeah.
And
Get out.
Boerne, for anybody that wants to come to town, Boerne is open container friendly.
Yeah, you can walk and shop with a
So I
beer.
can serve you a beer in a plastic cup, and you can walk and shop.
Yeah.
We call it drink and shop here, but
Mm.
it's good for us. And then you probably spend more money at some little boutiques around here too.
I was
So
gonna say if the open container on the glass is good, I need to put a closed container on my debit card.
Yeah,
Put that in a block of ice, so I have to wait.
definitely.
But no, that's awesome. Way to go, Boerne.
Yeah.
The video of your the Chamber of Commerce, the dedicated, the ribbon cutting and everything. It looked. I want to go hang out. It was like the whole community was just it was cool. The glass that you're drinking out of there, Paige. That's one of the coolest glasses I've seen. It's in the shape of,
Yeah.
of a rugby ball. I'm just kidding. I played rugby in college. It's a little. It's shaped football.
That
We got
explains a whole lot.
yeah, head trauma.
Yeah.
And when you put what beer do you have in that, it makes it look just like a football.
It is the Blackberry Berliner Weiss.
You know what?
Yeah.
You kind of jumped ahead there.
I know a little. Well, I asked her
Yeah.
just what was in that glass,
Yeah.
but we have beers in front of us.
We
So
do. We need
ask yourself a question. Look down at your watch and tell me what time is it.
It's time for your favorite segment and mine here on Liquid Lunch. This is
What you drinking?
So there we
Yes.
go. It's time to talk about what we're actually drinking.
I'm
And
so excited about this today.
yeah, you guys blessed us with some beers.
Super excited.
Yes.
So we've got on the table in front of us.
Uh-huh.
I think we should probably start.
Well, guess what I did.
What?
You ready?
Did you open one already?
No, check it out.
What? Oh, there you go. You made a list.
This is what we're drinking today.
Oh, there. Oh,
yeah.
excellent.
I know.
There you go. I think we should start. Probably. We should. We'll probably switch the big text.
Can I pick
No,
what we start with?
no, you're not the host. I think we should start with the lager. But you know what? We'll defer to the experts.
Oh.
Paige.
You tell
yeah,
them where to
it would.
start.
If you're, well, so I like to say Big Tex is the lightest in color, but not the lightest in flavor.
Okay.
That's-
So
Yeah,
if you
or alcohol.
yeah, or alcohol.
That's
So the I would probably start with the Vienna if you're not a big Belgian person. Otherwise, I would start with the Big Tex. The Big Tex is the beer we sell the most of.
Okay.
So
that's the one I'm actually super excited to try.
what the
Big Tex.
The Big Tex.
That's 7.5 blonde ale. Belgian blonde.
Belgian.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm trying to.
you'd be really surprised when you get people come in. They're like, "Well, what? I just want to try something light." And I'm like, "Okay, here's like one lager we have on." And they're like, "Ah, no, let me try one of your blondes." We have another one called Honeybee, and then we have Big Tex. And so I'm like, "Okay, give them both." And they're always like, "Oh man, this beer tastes like something." I'm like, "Yeah, there's a lot going on there." So
Yeah. You know what? Let's start with Vienna lager. Because, can you read those? Do you have you need your bifocals?
I'll be honest. I've got old man eyes here.
It says VL.
Okay, there's 13. There's the Christmas.
Uh-huh. So you got a 50-50
Is
shot.
that a VL?
Yes, that's VL right there.
All right, that's what I thought.
Open that up and pour it.
All right,
You got the opener over there?
I do.
Okay. Did you shake these up before?
They've
been in my refrigerator.
unless we get a nice spewage
Mm-hmm.
on the table, this isn't good drinking.
I hope it traveled well.
No, you know what? As far as
I should probably have a towel underneath this, but I'm going to risk it.
you have a habit of slamming bottles down on the table. Like I don't
I don't know my own strength sometimes.
I
Here,
guess
here
so.
we go. I'm just going to do it.
just. You don't know because you struggled to open.
Okay, here goes. Yeah.
It was good.
Yeah, no, it's all good.
good.
Pour it out.
All right. All right, here we go.
All right, so let's talk Vienna lager because I
Vienna
love lagers. I love them. Love them. So what do we need to know?
So it's
Slip.
100% Vienna malt.
Mm.
We use a malting company out of Colorado, and it's just Vienna malt and sauce.
Mm.
And our house lager strain is it's just a variant of the Mexican strain, the Mexican lager strain. That's the one we use for pretty much everything. So you get a little bit of the caramel flavor because we're a direct fire brew house, so we do a lot of stuff having the Belgian side where we'll boil stuff a little bit longer than we to try and drive caramel flavor and drive a little bit of that. The moment I can lighten the kettle, I'll drive a little bit of color into it and turn it off and let it fill back up, and that's where you get that kind of flavor from. There's no
How long from brew to keg does this one take?
It's a minimum. Our kind of lager times always it's 2 months. We're pretty
Nice.
real traditional, so we could theoretically with some filtering and some fining, we could turn it in 21 days. But we do it real traditional. It's 2 months before it gets into a keg,
Mm-hmm.
and we don't filter or fine it at all.
Well, this is fantastic.
Yeah.
I'm a big fan of the lagers, and wow, this is good.
This is one of those reach for anytime you have like like pizza, anything, pizza, tacos, just a real food friendly
Breakfast.
breakfast tacos.
Breakfast, definitely.
Just breakfast in general.
Breakfast tacos wrapped in a kolache, covered in gravy.
Yes, that's one of my favorites that we have on right now. But
And we actually have
Really?
lager faucets, so that's something
Yeah.
that we recently invested in. I don't know if you guys ever seen them. They're called a side pull faucet, and so in Czech, like the way they have a company that makes lager faucets called Lurk, and so we purchased 2 of them. They were pricey. Well, I purchased them and then I asked for forgiveness because she says don't buy things, and so I'm like, hey, look at these things that arrived and this money we don't have.
oops.
Here's what they are, and so they pour
They're pretty sweet though.
a really
so I
creamy,
like them.
really creamy head on top of it because there's a filter inside, like a screen inside the actual faucet, and so they're. It's something that we've kind of decided that if we're going to have a real true lager program, we're going to have 2 of these faucets at all times, running with 2 lagers on at all times.
So it's like a slow pour.
It can do it, but it's a little bit different. So
Sorry, I'm laughing because we talked about slow pours on our Instagram, and the manufacturer of these faucets was like, slow pours aren't a thing.
they were
We were
real
like,
upset.
Yes, they are.
They were very upset that we're going to slow pour with their faucets.
Yeah, they were like, that's not a thing. You can't do that. Don't do that.
Oh, no. Slow pouring.
One of the other brewers in town was, hey, you should slow pour every day and take a video of it and then just tag them in there and like make them more like.
No, and not only that, like play it in slow mo.
Like,
Yeah.
don't come for our
So
slow
it's
pours. They're
super-
real.
Yeah.
But it's much the way like Pilsner Kel, like a real traditional Pilsner Kel faucet is actually Lurk is the company that makes it, and it's just a Czech side pull faucet, and it pours lagers just slightly differently than what it's like a flow control with the variability of it's like a ball valve on the front. If you had a flow control with the ball valve with the screen on it, that would be essentially what a Lurk faucet is.
I'm all about proper glassware. Love proper glassware, which Kennedy failed on that one for this beer, but whatever. And then we have all these glasses on the table, and he failed. But
Well, you could have said something.
no, I couldn't. You were already. You
know,
were straining to get that cap off.
I always go for the tulips.
Yeah, well,
Yeah, it's my go-to.
well, you should. Here, I got a book for you to read.
I'm not going to read that book.
It's got lots of pictures.
I'm not. I might read that book.
I think obviously anytime you have a beer in front of you, that's always a good thing, no matter what it's in. Even if it's you just put your two hands out and somebody filled them up. But it's I mean, in a pinch, it works. But proper glassware. But then the next step to that is proper faucets.
Yeah.
And I love the attention to detail. I mean, you put all the time into crafting a beer, brewing a beer, marketing a beer, and then right there at the finish line when somebody's about to get it in front of you.
Yeah, like
presentation.
Like on lagers, when you pour them, it has that nice kind of meringue type head to it.
Yeah.
It's fantastic.
Like you get with the slow pour, but it's not.
But if it's not a slow pour,
And you need with the slow pour, you need the slow jams.
oh yeah. Oh,
Yeah.
see, you know what? That's
Yeah.
we did my podcast Interbrews. We did an episode that just dropped last night at New Magnolia Brewery here, one of the newest breweries here in Houston. And one of my suggestions on that show, spoiler alert, is when they do the slow pour, they need music that plays like saxophone, like slow jazz music. I think
Barry White or something.
Yeah, I think taps with speakers with music with style appropriate music is the
Like
next step.
the sexy sax band that goes on YouTube.
You know exactly what I'm saying.
Yeah, one of our business partners plays the saxophone, so we might have to put him in here.
Even better than a speaker would be a live musician. That's
Yeah,
levels beyond.
Have them sitting there behind the bar every time somebody gets one of those.
That's not service. I don't know what it is.
Listen, that's GABF's going to create a new category with live music accompaniment to your.
Yeah, gold. We're taking home the gold in that category.
They're going double platinum.
Yeah.
My girls are in dance competitions. They don't even go below gold. It's like gold, double gold, platinum, and double platinum. So, and then I think they even did a titanium one time, which I wanted to tell them that platinum's better than titanium, but whatever, it's fine. I think that the song Titanium. You heard that one, Kennedy?
This may come as a big surprise to you.
Is that your?
But I have not heard that song.
I thought maybe that was your inspiration, like your Eye of the Tiger. Like
Titanium?
Yeah, I thought maybe you played that in the morning when you got up to.
Never heard the song.
Oh, well, we'll fix that after the show. Anyway, no, I'm a fan of this beer though. Freudian slip. Where'd the name Freudian slip?
I can tell you.
Well, I know who Freud is.
He's from
Vienna.
Vienna.
Thank you. No one gets it.
No, he
I don't
is.
think it's a sexual reference.
We get that a lot.
They're like, is this sexual? I'm like, no, Freud is just from Vienna.
I've just started saying yes to that question, and then just not answering the other end of it.
Just looking
I
at
just
him.
said yes, and just look at them, and then just
No, it's not
they
weird.
still order the beer, but they just feel really uncomfortable when they do it.
And I wanted to name the beer Von Trapp House. Like the Von Trapps who were from Vienna, and then Trapp.
Sound of Music?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Doe a deer,
Yeah.
female deer.
Yeah.
Ray a drop of golden sun.
my name got shot down. They're like,
I like
you're mixing something innocent with a trap house, and we don't like that.
No, I think Freudian Slip is an awesome name
Yeah.
for,
No,
this,
it's cool.
for this lager.
I dig it.
Yeah.
It makes me want to go
Really
watch Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure.
Yeah.
So, they're
Yes.
making a sequel.
You know,
Third one.
You know who would
What?
really like this beer, I think?
Me?
My mother.
Oh, really? Your mother? Oh,
Was that bad?
yeah.
All right.
Mm-hmm. Okay. You think she would though? I know your mom. She.
I don't know. I can't say.
Okay. It's got really weirdly edible.
Yeah.
Ed-
Edible.
Edible, not edible, but like Oedipus,
Oh.
edible,
Oh.
edible complex. That's a Freudian thing, right?
Yeah. So, how's the weather?
Yeah. How is the weather in Bernie
up
today?
there?
It's
It's
cold
a little cold today.
Yeah.
and cloudy.
It's weirdly
Yeah.
cold in Texas.
Yeah.
I thought we'd be warm in Houston by now, but we're not. I see some stuff over there on the Facebooks. Anybody chatting in today?
Well, somebody complimented me on my chug.
Oh, who?
Said, "Well done." One Brock McRock.
Oh, yeah. Brock.
He said, "Well chugged."
Yeah. That's 2 times in a row you haven't finished. I will give it to you. That's a pretty quick chug for your open. It's like, what is that, 15 seconds?
Yeah, maybe you can give me a little bit more time.
Or you could.
All right, so I can do.
Do you work out
So I can do
on your chugs between shows?
The slow chugs.
Yeah. No.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah. Everybody,
And was it an IPA too? I feel like that's pretty impressive.
Yeah.
yeah. It was the
Texas winter.
the Texas Winter IPA, St. Arnold.
Yeah. I don't think I could chug an IPA.
It's not an easy chug.
No.
I'll give you
not.
that. I'll give
It's
you that.
not.
But you didn't finish.
I did finish.
No. Hey, tell me about.
This is finished. Look,
There's still beer in the bottom.
it's, just, it's the Eeps.
That's not Eeps. That's
It's
just
Eeps.
that's the best part of your beer because it was at the top and it just went to the bottom. So that's it's no longer. Hey, so tell me about the Berliner that you're sipping on there, Paige.
We've had this since we opened, and it's really good. But with like most sours, it's kind of like either people love it or they absolutely hate it.
Yeah.
So a lot of people drink it. I love it. I could drink it all day, which is either a good thing or a bad thing, depending on how you look at it. So, yeah. And I picked this one because it's one of our lower alcohol beers, and got a lot of stuff to do today. So,
yeah, you gotta watch yourself on these midday shows.
Well,
yeah.
I mean, we do have a lot of beer on this show to drink.
We do. Can we move on to the next one?
We can.
Let's do that. We can, or actually bottled.
Uh-huh.
Let's do the.
Oh God, I just got that.
Yeah. What was our list? Did we say we were going to go right to the Big Tex next, or are we going to do what was next? What else do we have? We have the.
I want to try the Big Tex.
The triple will be
Big
last.
Tex.
Because that one looks fantastic.
All right, let's do that.
All right, cool.
Big Tex. Let's talk Big Tex.
Yeah, and the Big Tex is named after our general contractor, who's also a friend. You can tell the story.
He didn't like craft beer.
Or just beer in general.
Beer in general. He still is a big whiskey drinker,
Yeah.
but I got tasked with making a beer that he would drink. And so we went down the road of he kind of liked Hefeweizen and he kind of liked wheat beer. So I took a Belgian Tripel recipe and started refining it to the point where we got to this kind of not quite as big as some Belgian Tripels can be, but sort of more of a Belgian blonde. And so we made what is Big Tex. And so
Oh wow.
Pilsner malt, little bit of wheat, which gives you're going to have that banana come through because the wheat's in the beer and the phenol's attached to that so you get a little bit of the banana thing, but still get a little bit of the clove there.
Yeah,
So
that's tasty.
Oh man, yeah.
Like that.
Yeah.
a little bit of citrus, from the hops because we use American hops in it rather than the more traditional German hop. So
Yeah.
So
Nice.
I like
That's a dangerous one.
when I drink my Hefeweizens, I love them like banana bombs. I love them when they're like that, and then this one,
A little peppery,
Yeah.
little Belgian peppery,
the bananas and the cloves in this.
all that.
Yeah.
That's tasty. Is that your number one seller? I can see why.
we sell about
I think that is the number
we sell
one.
about
Yeah.
3 of those beers to everything else we sell.
Yeah, people
So
love it.
we tend to have to make that beer once a month at least just to keep up with production. But being that it is a Belgian beer, it's pretty easy to turn around. The yeast works really fast, so we can turn the beer around pretty quick. Like what some breweries are doing with that Quebec yeast. Belgian yeast has been doing that for for years now.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
What?
the original Quebec.
So what size of brew house do you guys have?
it's 9.5 hectoliters, so it makes a really, really high gravity 7-barrel wort or really, really low gravity 10-barrel wort. So it kind of just depends what we do. On a batch like that, we end up yielding about 8.5 barrels. But on stuff like Lucky 13 and Christmas, we get it's 7 or a little less that we yield because of the gravity of it. So
Hectoliter. Hold on, hectoliters.
He's googling
Hecto-
hectoliters.
hectoliter to barrel, yeah. So it's not exactly like when we ordered it, because we ordered it from overseas. It wasn't exactly like, oh, we want 7 barrels. The total flood volume of the tanks is 350-ish of the tanks. So
1 hectoliter is 0.852167907323083 barrels. So just plug those numbers in and and you'll have it. Actually,
yeah, but normally we brew about 7-barrel batches. Okay. So that's normally what we do. But in some things we're able to get a little bit more, and it makes sense to just get a little bit more on the end, especially like IPA or Big Tex or something like that. We try to stretch it out a little bit more. So
cool.
So, but it gives us the size of the mash tun to make bigger beers. So it's pretty easy for us to make 20 Plato beer at 8 barrels. Pretty easy. So
nice. 8 barrels.
So.
Yeah, that's what the internet said too. So that's correct.
So, one of your big fans, Kristen, is saying that Big Texans is a big man's beer.
It's probably my sister. She got by Big Tex on our opening day.
I think that's what she's saying.
Yeah.
It'll knock you down.
Yeah, she's 5'3", so.
Oh.
That'll do it.
Yeah.
That'll do
it. Did not go well for her. I mean, she was fine, but. Yeah.
Adam let me know. Adam said I was hard to hear. Maybe I'm just not talking loud enough. He said everybody else was sounding good though.
Yeah. Well, you don't sound good.
I think.
But you sound. But I'll say you do sound normal.
Okay. This is how I normally sound?
Yeah.
And the volume's okay?
It sounds fine in my ear.
Okay. Andrew, thanks for the feedback. Thanks for watching, buddy.
Oh, look who just jumped on.
Who did?
One Catherine Contreras.
What?
Yeah.
Nah. Catherine, what's up?
Yeah.
How are things in she's not far from you guys. She's in San Antonio.
No.
Yeah.
She should come visit.
Catherine.
Paige just talked to her before you when you were in school.
A long time ago, yeah.
Long time ago.
Yeah?
Maybe a slight fangirl, just a little bit.
Really?
Oh, you know Catherine.
Oh.
Cool.
You realize she used to be on this show
Yeah.
before she went off to do,
had babies.
all the babies. And,
Yes, all the babies.
I knew that.
Yeah.
yeah. Okay. Back in the golden age of Liquid Lunch. Yeah. Yeah. What did she say? I see she just commented on something.
She said, "What's up, beer babies?"
Okay. Yeah, beer babies. They happen.
Yeah.
Beer babies happen. When you get enough beer and romantic tingle, things happen.
Well,
I'm not explaining it to everybody.
Yeah, I'm sure that's a lot of babies are made.
Yeah.
Beer.
Yeah. The population would not be what it is if it weren't for beer. I mean, in a lot of ways.
Yeah.
You know, when you talk about the water, we needed water, but you couldn't drink water. Beer saved us all.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
It did. Tell us a little bit about Boerne. How's are people cool with craft beer in general? Do they?
We have a lot of breweries actually. Like within walking distance, there are 3 of us. So we have the Dodging Duck, Cibolo Creek Brewing, and then us. 2 of us on Main Street, and then 1 on River Road, which is like right around the corner. But you can walk to all 3 of us. And then we also have Boerne Brewery and Silbird, which is a new one that just opened up out on Highway 46.
Oh, cool.
Total distance between us all is 10 miles.
Yeah.
Oh, that's fantastic.
So if you're to drive from Boerne Brewery, which is the furthest one direction, to Silber on the other end, it's 10 total miles to drive. But if you're to walk in between us to the we're 1 block from Cibolo, and then Cibolo is 1 block from the Duck.
Yeah.
So it's there's people start doing a lot of pub crawls and things like that, and so there's also a craft beer bar that opened across the street, 1 block from us down the street a little ways, and so it's made it a little bit longer. So total pub crawl, it's a mile. If you can't get there, that's your own thing. It's actually 0.97 of a mile, but
Well,
they Boerne half K.
Yeah, the 0.5K.
Yeah.
For the underachiever in all of us.
Yeah.
well, enough of these big Texas. You'll be doing a pub crawl.
Yeah.
That's fantastic though. Is there is there a cool place to stay for those of us that want to come and stay overnight in Boerne?
Yeah. We have Ye Kindle Inn, which is on Main Street, and then the William, which is on Main Street. And both of those are locally owned. They're really cool places. So.
And there's also, if you're IHG Hilton member. We have the Bevy Hotel.
Yeah, the Bevy is really cool.
Which is a new hotel that just opened, and so you can use your IHG Hilton points to stay there. And they're also the conference center. So if you ever come to a conference in Boerne, that's probably where you'd be staying. So.
Yeah.
And what's you guys' address in case we want to crash?
It's 236 South Main.
I think
Or
you're talking about your home.
I'm thinking about your house.
Yeah. And we have 4 bedrooms, so
So,
we only use one of them.
There we go.
Oh yeah, perfect.
No, I mean like that's it, Kennedy. If you go over, you have to share with them. That's what they do.
Yeah, we'll put an air mattress on the floor in our bedroom for you.
oh, you'll probably have to share it with the cat because
Yeah.
the cat's gonna want to stand on your head. So while you
Yeah.
sleep, but you're
Those
fine
are
with
her
that.
bedrooms.
So yeah, those are her spaces. So
Yeah.
her day bed and her night bed. That's what we call them. One room's a day bed and one room's a night bed.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
She likes to spread her naps out.
Listen, you don't have to talk to Kennedy about naps. He's all about them. That dude, he's a napaholic. Hey, Linda.
There's
Thanks for
nothing
watching.
wrong with a good nap.
Yeah. Okay.
Naps are healthy.
Yeah.
Andrew,
They
how was
are.
Sunday?
I love a good nap.
Yeah, nothing wrong with a nap. That's cool. I want to go hang out in Boerne.
I do too.
How far are y'all from San Antonio? Not far.
It's close.
About
Like-
20 minutes.
Yeah, like 20 minutes. I think it's like 35 from downtown.
Okay. Well, this
Wow.
year it was April.
That's like
CBC is
one
in.
side of the loop to the other in
Yeah,
Houston.
yeah. No, if you're from
Yeah.
if you're on that Houston time, that's like
Yeah, it's nothing. That's
it's
nothing.
just gonna hang out for
Yeah.
the day.
That's neighborhood brewery.
Yeah, but CBC is
Yeah.
this year, right, in San Antonio,
Yeah.
Craft Brewers Conference. So people are gonna be
That's
hanging
good.
out. Boerne would be
Yeah.
good day to a day, whatever. I don't know.
We're super excited for CBC. And we got put on one of the brewery tours too. So
That's cool.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
So,
if you're a brewer, pick us
yeah, so the
so you can come visit.
Boerne is one of the stops. So they'll stop at the Duck, then they'll walk
Yeah.
down to Cibolo, and then they'll walk over to us.
Yeah.
And so the Texas craft brewer and if anybody knows Meg Ellis,
Mhm.
she went to bat for Boerne to get us on there, and so to show kind of how like there are some breweries that are really close together because that's something that's usually not very common in Texas.
Yeah,
And-
everything's too far away.
We usually always drive everywhere, so just to show how show that's something that the Craft Brewers Guild wanted to do. So
We're super excited.
Yeah,
We've never been to CBC, so
Yeah, I mean, it was I think last time I think Nashville. It's one of
I
those
think
things
so.
when you see everybody post. There's so much FOMO. Not even just
Yeah.
FOMO, just all that. Like, oh, I wish I was there.
the FOMO was real last year, and like with GABF,
Hmm.
FOMO every year because we haven't gone yet. So
Yeah, but them coming to San Antonio, that's pretty awesome. And
it's been
Yeah.
10,
super cool.
10 years since they've been to Texas.
really,
The CBC's been to Texas, yeah.
okay.
So this is a big deal. There's some states that I also think CBC hasn't been to. So that's kind of where I guess the Brewers Alliance is kind of going towards. So going to those states.
It's an interesting thing that they pick. We talked about this on a podcast a while back, but about picking San Antonio.
Yeah.
But San Antonio does kind of have it's a closer together kind of thing. Not as expensive as Austin. Austin gets expensive and crowded.
San Antonio is the 10th most populous city in the United States.
Sure, but
pretty crazy.
yes,
Yes.
and I'm not going to get into that whole San Antonio versus Austin taco thing. That gets a little touchy.
Yes.
Well, it doesn't. San Antonio for tacos, Austin for barbecue.
Dude, I'm not. You made a proclamation. Whatever. Listen, that was Kennedy. Everybody who said that. If you're listening on the podcast,
It's pretty simple, actually.
dude, I'm not walking into that one. I'm not gonna take a side. I'm gonna just say I'm a dude from Houston that'll eat tacos from anywhere.
Yeah.
And y'all figure it out. But it's pretty heated. Have you never? You must.
It is.
It is heated. I'm on Team San Antonio for tacos, though.
All right. Hey man,
Good. That's good to know.
They have some excellent taco places in
Sure.
San Antonio.
I'm not gonna deny that.
I mean, Austin does too.
But you picked a side.
Yeah.
Now you're gonna get the scorn of all the Austinites.
I'm picking Austin for barbecue, San Antonio for tacos.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I mean
Yeah,
There you go.
and
You're wearing a Salt Lake shirt, so I mean, you couldn't be like, yeah, no, definitely not Austin for barbecue, because people would have been like, he's wearing a Salt Lake shirt here, so
Yeah.
it would have been.
Good eye.
I forgot what shirt I was wearing actually.
That is your Thursday shirt.
Yeah,
That's your
I
third
just-
Thursday shirt.
I just pulled one out. Just-
Yeah. You just get on the show. You don't care what T-shirt you wear.
I don't.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah,
and
I think-
like you do.
I think CPC is also during Fiesta this year, so
Oh,
that's gonna be crazy.
that's gonna be bananas.
And so,
Yeah.
And so, just so you know, Josh, we have a viewer that agrees with me.
I didn't say there was a debate.
Yeah.
I didn't say I didn't have an opinion. I just said I'm not going to put it out there in front of
For-
everybody, Catherine.
For once,
I'm too much of a politician.
For once.
for beer politician for
I
that.
think Catherine agrees with me.
Well, she'll probably say
For
you agree with
once.
her, but I'm just saying I'm not staking a claim on that one.
Yeah.
I'm going to stay neutral.
And just want to say hi to Preston. He just jumped on.
Hey, what's up, Preston?
What's
oh,
up,
and
Preston?
Chad Pilbeam, he's watching.
Oh, we got Chadford?
Yep, Chadford's on.
Oh, sweet.
So, are there any? Let me see.
Misty.
Did we scroll through here and see? Are there any questions? We talked about.
Yeah.
We talked about the system size.
Yeah.
I'll have to refresh to see if there's any more questions. So
I think Jeffrey had a question about. Jeffrey had a question about the lacto you use for your Berliner Weiss.
oh yeah,
So there's a local yeast lab in San Antonio. They're called Community
Cultures. They just changed their name.
Yeah, the Community Cultures. And so the lacto we use is their lacto, but from specifically what lacto it is, it's Lactobacillus P, which is the fast-acting lacto. Omega has it. Anything that is going to be Lactobacillus P is going to work to get your pH down a little bit faster. We can generally do it in about 18 hours.
Oh,
I've used yogurt before. I've used Good Belly before. I've done a bunch of different methods. To me, Lacto P works real fast. It likes to work at about 110 down to mid 70s. So it's got a pretty wide temperature range. It just works a little bit slower at the other temperatures, but we can do it in about 18 hours. So I can knock out and then next morning come in, check the pH if it needs to sit, cover it back up with CO2, and then let it sit for a little bit longer and then boil it off.
nice.
So
There you go, Jeffrey.
yeah.
That
It makes a really tasty beer.
yes. It,
My one attempt at a sour. Josh loved it.
tasted like a sweaty gym sock.
He said it was like what did you say, like dirty feet and Cheetos?
Yeah, there was a Cheetos element to it
Yeah.
for sure. Sweaty.
Yeah.
feet.
Whenever he was still homebrewing, I was like, I want to make a beer. I'm going to make a Berliner Weiss. Tastes like hot garbage.
Yeah.
yeah, that's when
it's
I
terrible.
figured out sort of how the Berliner Weiss pitches work.
Yeah.
So White Labs makes one that's called Berliner Weiss pitch. That's the first one I've ever used when I was homebrewing, and it's really slow, like really really slow, to the point that you need to pre-acidify down so that you can get to the acidity you want. So to add in lactic acid and straight into the boil kettle, which is something we don't have to do now. And then I figured out, okay, I started using Good Belly at the homebrew scale, and then on the pilot I was using Good Belly. And I've used yogurt before, too. Just that's another way to do it if you're a home brewer and want to do it. Good Belly and yogurt will actually work is the cheapest pitch as a home brewer. Go buy some mango Good Belly. I promise it won't impart taste because you're going to add fruit anyway most of the time. Just pitch it in. It'll do 5-10 gallons in about 18 hours, 1 carton of Good Belly. Or if you're fine with using yogurt, it smells a little bit weird, but just make sure to cap it up with CO2 and keep it warm.
Yeah. On my attempt, I used the mango Good Belly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Obviously.
Apparently, that's the way to go with the Good Belly.
Right.
The mango.
You just need the good brewer.
Yes, that was lacking. But I just had one. Jeffrey
Yeah.
just offered to let me go brew a sour with him.
You should. He's a mad scientist.
He's going to teach me.
Yeah.
I really want. I do have questions for you, Jeffrey, about your setup.
Yeah. Well,
Because I'm thinking about upgrading.
you should.
I think
You have room.
about upgrading my.
Hey,
Not my setup. Yeah.
your glass is empty, right?
Yes,
Because
it
my
is.
glass has been empty.
Oh.
We should
Well,
move on to
what-
the next one.
Well, okay.
We're gonna end up running out of time if we
Which
don't
one do you want?
get diligent. Let's do the brown.
I agree.
Do the brown.
Oh yeah, the pecan brown.
Yeah.
Brown. There we go.
Yeah.
So my thought for this year, and I'm putting it out there as much as possible, still in the month of January, and I'm picking my spots. So last year I said was the year of the craft Mexican lager, and I was absolutely correct about that based on my stats that I got for myself.
Yeah, your market research.
The Josh Market research on the Josh Market. But this year, 2020, is the year of the resurgence of the classic Belgian styles.
Really?
And since we got a couple from you guys, that goes to my point yet again. So feeling pretty good about my prediction.
Yeah.
So my tailored information and my tailored stats are backing up my very specific point based on my.
Yeah, I think that people are, something over the years in craft beer, people have become more educated in kind of how beer's made. And with Belgian style beers, that there's a whole lot of process on, step mashing and selecting, you're using under modified grains in most scenarios. Ours is Pilsner. In doing all this, and then the cellarman has to do all this work to control temperature, free rising tanks, things that are a little bit harder to do. And they're seeing like, well, these people are producing this, and kind of where it'd be really easy to produce something that is a yeast or process is a little bit easier to control. So I think people are saying, well, that's kind of appreciate that sort of artisanal aspect of it.
Yeah, it's I don't know. It's one of those things where I think the loudest among us talk most about the hazy and pastry stouts and things like that. Although those are fun and cool. Like I'm wearing an Ingenious. I love Ingenious and everything that they're doing, and by everybody. I love, I'll drink whatever. You put whatever in a beer, and I'm gonna try it. But
a strawberry froyo IPA.
I'll drink it all.
Yeah.
Give it to me. I'll put it right in my mouth. But the thing is,
Really?
yeah,
What else?
beers. But I love the classic styles as well, and just the history behind it all, and how well like Belgian beers go with food and cheese pairings. Get out of here! It's ridiculous. They're so good, and I felt like right when I got into craft beer, early 2000s or whatever, it was that was Belgians were like woo, that's the upper echelon, and then we went crazy, and everybody started doing everything, and everybody's trying to figure everything out. But now, I think we're able to take a step back and be like, oh, you remember Belgians? Yeah, we thought those were awesome, right? And now everybody's saying, yeah, they were awesome, and now we're getting more Belgians. So that was my thought.
Yeah.
But this brown ale.
Let's talk a brown ale.
Yeah,
and pecans.
So brown ale isn't like a style that's that popular, and I love brown ales.
Well, okay, I got questions about your nuts.
Yes.
Trip, how do you when you put the nuts in the beer?
So it's not something I learned. I have to give it to 512.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So 512, I remember reading, I think it was in Zymergy or something years ago, that they toasted their pecans. One of our other partners had this pecan brown recipe, and we
he always toasted them too.
He always had toasted them, and so we've since then refined it. We actually use like 100 pounds of pecans in mash.
Wow.
Yeah, so you end up mashing the pecans to I had read it in there, and I was like, oh, they're mashing pecans. That's interesting, because before we just you toast them just to so you wouldn't get an infection in the fermenter, and then you'd put them into the fermenter, and so we're like, we'll put it in the mash, and you toast them, and it was this whole different flavor.
Yeah.
And so we've slowly it's moved away. It was an American brown. It's kind of moved towards now we use English yeast with it.
Yeah.
We use almost pretty good chunk of some English malts that we source for it. So
Yeah, I toast all the pecans.
Do you really?
yeah,
Yes.
it takes hours.
That's
to
the
toast
only
the
thing.
beer.
I only get involved in the brewing process with toasting the pecans for that beer, and then toasting the coconut for our rock porter.
Okay.
Other than that, I try to stay away from it.
Okay, 100 pounds.
Sometimes I get roped into assistant brewer, but very rarely.
Yeah, 100 pounds of pecan. That's a lot of pecans. Do you
Is
get them already shelled? I hope.
Yes.
yes.
Yeah, we do.
We have pecan trees on site.
Yeah, we have pecan trees in our parking lot, so that's why it has that name. But because of all of the rules, we can't actually use those pecans.
Right.
But it's kind of
Yeah,
like
'cause it
paying
has to
homage
be
to
like-
our pecan trees.
You
so.
have to have source from someone who's
Yeah.
controlling all the processes. If I'm just to pick up pecans out of my parking lot
Yeah.
and use them, and we picked them up and used them in a pecan pie at home.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But
And my mom just made one from pecans that she collected here.
the pecans in our parking lot, I will tell you, if you ever come here, they taste better
Yeah,
than pecans you can buy.
and you're welcome to pick
So,
some up if
and
you
feel
want.
free. Yeah, we're always people are like, "Are you gonna pick these up?" I'm like, we've picked some up and set them on top of tables and stuff, and let people kind of
Yeah.
like what is that place called?
Like Texas Roadhouse,
Like
but with pecans.
Texas Roadhouse with pecans. But
Yeah.
Yeah,
so-
pecan shells actually work really good in for fires. Like if you're in a fire pit or something, they burn
Oh,
really well.
nice.
Yeah, and they
Yeah.
smell pretty nice too. Not the actual pecans, too oily, but the shells.
Oh yeah, very
What-
oily.
Are you all right there? Did you lose your headphones? Did it go out? Oh, okay, weird. Are you sure it didn't unplug over there? The whole thing's dead. Oh. Let me. You know what? I'll probably hit it with my beer. How about now? Is it better? Is it on now? Yeah, it was me. Sorry, I set the pecan brown ale there on the power cord. Sorry.
Oh, I can hear again.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Sorry. So what they said is the nuts. They can't put their own nuts in the beer.
Well,
Yeah.
yeah, I'm sure that's a health code violation.
Yeah, you can't just go put
Yeah.
random nuts.
Yeah.
Just whoever.
I mean, why would you want to?
You want to make sure. Yeah. No, I'm just saying.
Yeah.
Hmm. But they toast them all. Did
Yeah.
you hear that part?
Yes.
They
we toast the pecans.
Oh,
The malts we use like Munich and some caramel and stuff, malts that
Yeah.
are toasted through the maltster. But the pecans we toast. For anybody that wants to try it, the method we found that's the best is 400 degrees in the oven, and then just kind of watch it.
Yeah, you just have to watch it the whole
Just
time.
kind of keep your eye on it, and then
Yeah.
at the moment you start to see the pecans on the edge of the pan burn, pull it out. So,
Yeah.
and that's kind of our method. So you get a little bit of burnt pecans and then a little bit of really good toasted. So
Yeah.
kind of get that acrid flavor too.
now
It's a-
there's like so much good pecan flavor in this beer.
Yeah.
It's
Thank you.
I mean, like,
I'm gonna take credit for that.
You should.
You should.
It's that's one of those things when you see that in the name, you expect it, and it
Yeah.
tastes great.
Yeah, you're not missing out on pecans.
Yeah.
Kristen, real quick, she wanted to say dog friendly, and you can take a picture by the dog wall. And,
Yeah. Yeah, we have a dog wall.
And she wanted to know how you came up with the great names for your beers.
Oh, well, a lot of them, our partners help us. Most of them we think of, and then my sister is also a source of a lot of names too.
So
Yeah, she named the Rock Porter and then our Dry Spell IPA.
yeah, we
So,
just do.
She's good at beer names. If you ever need one, contact her.
Mhm.
You can pay her in beer. She's good with that.
Hey, Kennedy, on the video output, check the audio. We're getting we're having complaints of not being able to hear me enough.
Yeah, I'm seeing that.
Yeah, so it's all good over here. But
Well, I
check,
only have one input coming to me, and that's the output of your board. So
check it on your
I-
computer because I'm good here and I'm good here.
I can't adjust your audio versus
You
their
can-
audio.
Oh, well, all right, hold on.
It can only come from. I got.
Uh-huh.
You get.
So bring them down and bring us up.
Yeah.
I don't know. Try it. See what happens.
Okay.
Can you bring the whole thing up?
I can bring the whole thing up.
Just do that.
But their
And I'll
audio
bring them
sounds
down.
fine.
Huh? Yeah, no, but just do that.
So just like getting back to pecans really quick.
Yeah.
The secret to a really good pecan pie
Yes.
is you toast the pecans.
Well, there you go.
Yeah.
And it sounds like the
throw
key to
those-
a good pecan beer.
Yeah. Throw those pecans in the oven.
Mm-hmm.
I actually had like 400 just for and broil them just for like a few minutes.
Mm.
Just like you said. Once they
Yeah,
start.
you're not
turning-
really. It's just you just watch it and then pull them
Yeah.
out.
Yeah, once the ones on the edge start getting a little burnt, you pull it out.
Yeah, I think it's like 9 minutes. Very precise.
Well, that's with the amount of weight we're putting on the pan. So if you have less, it's going to be faster. So we'll put
Yeah.
we have a bit really large sheet pans we'll put in our oven. So it's we're putting a couple pounds on each pan. Yes, especially when you're trying to get 100
Yeah.
pounds done, it takes
Yeah.
9 minutes. But you're putting 4 sheet pans in an oven, and then running it takes a little while.
Yeah,
so.
and I'm super particular. I'm like a single layer. You can't double stack the pecans.
No. Do you put anything on the pecans? Any kind of seasoning or anything? Just straight
Nope.
pecans. Right?
Just
Toast
the
them.
pecans.
Yeah.
Okay. Just checking.
And there's that never been, because what I think it really causes is all the rest of those oils and the pecans to come out,
Mhm.
and then that comes out a lot better in the mash. And there's not a pecan oil.
Huh.
Like you
Like
can
an extract?
like not even an extract. Like if
Yeah.
someone were to make like just like olive oil or just like avocado oil, like pecan oil. So that's essentially what you're trying to do is I guess to get the oils out of the pecans, because that's where the flavor is trapped in there.
Okay.
So
Well, it doesn't look like head retention is an issue either. You serve this on nitro, right?
we served that one on nitrogen. Yeah.
Oh
Yeah.
man.
Is that one nitrogen back there for the
No,
bottle? Oh, no.
I put it. I put it on the other tap, the
Oh.
CO2 tap.
So that one's on CO2. Sorry.
yeah, so that will just because I wanted to be able to purge
Yeah.
with the Blickman beer gun, so
Yeah.
I had to have it on CO2. So
There you go.
Yeah.
You say beer gun?
Yeah, Blickman.
beer gun, yeah.
Beer gun.
The beer
Have
gun?
you ever
Yeah.
seen it?
I don't know. No, but
Okay. It's a big long thing. You put it in the thing. That's what it does.
Yeah.
That is
you have me a beer gun.
if that is probably the thing I from home brewing to going to pro brewing I use the most is that
Yeah.
one for like filling samples, for filling bottles, just because you can get such low dissolved oxygens in it because you can pre-purge the actual bottle.
Mhm.
It's very
Yeah.
effective for $100. Where I think they're actually cheaper now. They might be like $87.
Yeah.
I saw one somewhere.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, it's a cool thing. It's like you've never seen it? Seriously? You need to get on YouTube and start
think
just
so.
researching some stuff.
I don't
There's
think
like the homebrew game now. It's basically you can
Oh.
do mini like a. Your
It's
own-
crazy.
yeah, like the all-in-one systems where you can now
Yeah.
you can mash, boil, and ferment in the same vessel.
And it's not even
Hold
as
on.
expensive as it
Like
used to be.
what is this?
Hold on. And ferment in the same vessel?
Yes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Oh wow.
all that.
Yeah.
I'm surprised you can't.
What a
serve-
time to be alive.
Yeah, I'm
Oh,
surprised you
man.
can't carbonate and
Yeah,
serve
but
out
like-
of it. They have. I mean, they have mini bright tanks and stuff.
Yeah.
And I'm not talking about just like kegs, but like, you know what I'm saying?
It's
Like
like
it's,
and I remember like I had have to like stand on a ladder. Like the ladder was part of my brewing equipment, like for my gravity. Like
yeah, you had the three tier thing.
you had to
Three
defy
tier,
gravity.
a pump was so awesome when I got that. Like now it's like I'm like gravity's not even a thing anymore. Like
No.
people are like
Yeah.
you get a all-in-one system for a few $100s.
Yeah, I don't miss the days of beer exploding in our house, though. I'll tell you that.
Oh.
In the closet or
Yeah,
Ah,
just a couple days ago I had a kind of a beer explosion.
what happened?
Well, I'm brewing a stout.
Mm-hmm.
Thanks, Preston. I'm using Preston.
You're using his recipe, but not his technique.
Yeah, I'm using Preston's recipe. Preston from the Grain Cellar, where I get all my brewing stuff. And I didn't realize that this. So I'm brewing a stout.
Mhm.
I didn't realize it was going to explode. Like I've only had this issue before when I brewed Hefeweizens.
Mhm.
This one, I came home.
What yeast did you use?
It was a dry English yeast.
At what?
Oh,
temper- What temperature?
Climber.
Yeah, I'm brewing at like 67.
I mean, fermenting.
Yeah, fermenting at like 67.
Okay.
And it just
It's vigorous.
I open up the fermenter, so I've got a I use the standard like stand up freezer thing that with the Inkbird that I made into a fermenter.
Is that for St. Patrick's Day?
What the stout?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
totally.
It's on a Tuesday this year.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. So I opened it up and it was like it was coming out like
Are you going to have a party? Because you hadn't told me about a party.
Oh,
I wonder
you
why.
did
Why have I not told you about this party?
Things just got awkward.
Huh.
We'll talk after the show.
It's not really that awkward.
Are you got
You're not invited.
no? Are you guys doing anything for St. Patty's Day? Maybe I'll just come to.
Oh, come on.
Maybe I'll just come to Boerne.
We're gonna have like a St. Patrick's Day party. I think the weekend before. It's like the 14th.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, we're trying to nail down how to dye our beer, and I think we're gonna dye Big Tex.
Yeah, I think we're gonna take Big Tex, and
that will be our green beer.
Yeah, and we're gonna
Oh man.
dose it with
We're gonna try the matcha powder
with matcha.
route and see what that
So
does.
basically, like,
But it could change between now and then.
yeah, we've been playing with some using like because I'm using food coloring. I was like, well, let's see what we can do with matcha. So
Yeah.
Okay. Have you
Yeah.
tried any of the gel?
I have not.
Yeah.
I don't
No.
know what that. It's just more potent than the food coloring.
Yeah. I have to try that and see.
A little oomph.
We're working through that to see what doesn't dye people's teeth green and doesn't taste good.
I like the green teeth. I think that's. Yeah, I say go for it.
Yeah.
Green teeth.
Yeah. Doesn't everybody want that?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Green teeth, green
Yeah.
tongue.
Yeah.
Cut
All of it.
kegs a bit, see how it goes.
If it could
Yeah.
be, all of it. If it were green coming out, like you go to the urinal, that'd be awesome.
That'd be a first for me.
Yeah. It would be.
Yeah.
So anyway.
So you guys have a big fan in one Glenn.
Oh, yeah.
Glenn.
He keeps saying how great you guys are. Now he's great.
We love Glenn.
Great beer, great food, great live music.
Oh yeah,
guys-
live music every Saturday. You were saying, or most Saturdays?
Yeah.
Saturday.
Yep. Every Saturday. This week we're doing Thursday, Friday, and Saturday.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
What style of
Tonight
music?
we have Brandon Padir, and tomorrow we have Jeremy Parsons, who is out of Nashville, I think. And then Saturday we have one of my hometown friends, Tyler Cannon.
Okay.
It's
What,
kind of a combination of classic rock and country music, and mostly a couple of them are their own recording artists, so they have their own
Favorite originals.
their
yeah.
own originals, and they'll play those too. And then, but it'll be covers. I mean, the girls last week.
Oh yeah, Brandy and Kendra, they were great.
They did a cover of Old Town Road, so I mean everybody loved
Yeah.
it. So then they were just doing covers of all kinds of stuff that it was Vanilla Ice and Old Town Road and whatever covers they just had figured out how to play for fun. So
Yeah.
it's a little bit of everything.
And Glenn is actually in a band too. Well, he's in like 3 bands.
Yeah.
So yeah, he's one of the people we have to play here because him and his bandmates are all super talented. All of the bands he's in.
I like the guys that every time you look up, they're in a different spot in the band. I was playing bass over here. He's playing drums over here. I always lead over here. That's awesome.
That's cool.
Yeah.
I think Glenn is mostly always drums,
Okay.
but I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if he could do it all.
Yeah. Well, but here's the thing, and this is where I get a little disappointed in life.
Oh boy, here we go.
Well, you look up and you have to look at the clock.
You look up and you see me.
That too. But no, the clock. Lunch hour only lasts an hour. It got that name for a reason. And
It's already 1 o'clock.
It's already 1 o'clock.
Oh.
So due to life, we have to.
You need to really work on this work schedule of yours.
I know.
Because I don't like it's super inconvenient for the show.
Hey, if we had, I don't know, just like 20 sponsors and we did it every day, I could do this full time.
Yeah.
Would people watch this every day?
I don't know.
I don't know either.
I mean, honestly,
I think so. He definitely would watch
I watch it
a couple times a day.
I watch it. Not always live, but sometimes it's,
Eventually.
I get to it. So.
well, I can say for the both of us that we appreciate your viewership very much.
Oh, absolutely.
Thank you very much.
And even more so, you guys taking the time to hang out with us on your first Thursday to be open. So everybody in the Boerne area, go hang out on a Thursday night.
Yeah.
Listen,
Yeah.
You guys have a lot of fans watching you too.
you
right
went to lunch and you had a beer because you were inspired by the show, right? And Paige and Tripp were here and they were like, I'm having a beer. That's all there is to it. And so now the rest of your day is pretty much shot. So you may as well just call in and be like, not feeling too good, and then head on out.
Yeah, you're sick. Definitely.
Yeah.
So
You got that big text fever.
yeah, you got that big, that big text virus.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
the only cure for it is more big text.
Obviously.
Stay away from that coronavirus, but that big text.
Yeah.
That's what you need. That's the cure.
Yeah.
Yeah. More text.
That was the #1 trending thing on Google yesterday. People looking up, is corona virus in corona?
Yeah.
Of course it is. Stick with local. Stick with local, everybody.
Stay away from that one.
Yeah, there's not enough limes in the world. There's not enough limes in the world to make that okay. Okay, so guys, now Thursday through Sunday, This Sunday, big Super Bowl party. So if you're in Boerne, go hang out, watch the big game. I think this is going to be a great game, honestly.
I do too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think Vegas has like a 1.5 or something like that. So, two great teams, like for the first time in a while. You know, I don't know. It could be just a heck of a game, and you need great beer to go with a great game. And if it's a blowout at halftime, then you just need great beer.
Yes, and we have Shakira and
Shakira and J-Lo.
And J-Lo on the halftime show.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
And who doesn't want to see that? Okay.
I mean, I do for sure. I mean, that's the only reason I'm watching.
What?
That and the commercials.
Yeah, the commercials.
Yeah.
Although
So even if you don't like the football, come out for the halftime and the commercials.
Yes.
and the beer.
And the beer.
And the beer. The beer will make the commercials and everything else better.
And the
Yeah.
it'll make the football better.
Yeah, you don't even have to like football. You can like commercials, beer, and Shakira and come out.
Or
Sam
you
Adams
can
have a commercial this year.
Oh.
It'll be one of the first craft beer commercials on the Super Bowl. Sam Adams paid for a 30-second spot.
Goals.
Wow.
and
That's,
yeah. That's on that list for maybe 2021.
Yeah, definitely 2021.
Yeah.
I mean, just recently, a small brewery just bought Lagunitas. Not
That-
Lagunitas.
No,
Oh, yeah, I saw
no,
that.
the B.
Ballast
Was it
Ballast
Ballast Point?
Ballast Point.
Yeah.
Almost
sorry.
said
I saw
Ballast.
that.
Yeah, Ballast Point.
Yes.
They're an itty bitty brewery and a huge winery
Yeah.
and an even bigger pocketbook from whatever they're investing.
Yeah.
But whatever, good for them.
Definitely.
So anything's possible.
Anything
For sure.
is possible. All right. Well, Paige and Tripp, guys, thank y'all.
Yeah, thanks so
so
much.
Oh,
much.
thank you for having
Thank you
us.
guys.
We're so
Yes.
excited.
Tusculum
it was
Brewing,
great.
Tusculum Brewing.
Mhm.
Put it in your. You know what? Get the beer map, the Texas beer map. That's the best thing because when people in Texas, when you're driving around Texas, know where the breweries are. That's how I calculate.
I
How
mean,
far it is from
you
one
got
place to the other.
You got that sweet spot in Boerne.
Boerne's a place. That's
Yeah.
the place you need to
Yeah.
go. So, and if you're getting ready for CBC in April as well, Boerne is going to be a hot spot. So,
Yeah,
Hey.
come see us. If you're here for CBC, come see us.
yes. Or if you're just in Boerne for whatever.
Yeah. Shopping, a weekend, whatever.
Yes. You know what? A worthwhile feel the Boerne, feel the Tusculum.
Yeah.
There's Boerne.
It doesn't matter what party you're with. Just go party at Tusculum. There you go.
Yeah.
All right. Tie that ball back in. Okay. Well, guys, thank you so much. Paige and Tripp Mathews, Tusculum Brewing, Boerne, Texas. Be there Thursday through Sunday, open, and always good beer and great atmosphere and good people from everybody that were on the chat asking all the questions. So you owe it to yourself.
Yeah, nothing but good things about you guys.
Nothing but good things. All right, guys. Thank you.
Thank
We'll
you.
bid you adieu. Have a great rest of your day, and we will holler back at you later.
Yep.
Okay.
See you guys.
Thanks.
Toodaloo. And that's how you end an interview. You hit the button in the call.
Is that how you
And
do
then-
it?
I think so.
Right.
I can still see him over there, though.
Okay.
Anyway, there we go. So we're running out of time. Are we going to do the thing that we normally do?
Do we have time?
Are we going to shove it in there? Do we have time, or should we wait?
Well, there's really no waiting.
You got to talk into the mic.
There's really no waiting.
I got to pull up the thing.
Okay.
Yeah. Hey, Tom. Thanks for watching. Are we doing? Let's wait. I feel like we should wait and maybe record it via Skype tomorrow or something.
Will you Skype me tomorrow?
I will. What time? Yeah, we can do that. Totally.
All right,
Totes.
we'll do it tomorrow.
All right, we'll do that. So let's just wrap the show here. How about that? Because listen, when you're talking to good people like Paige and Tripp Mathews,
And you got this fantastic beer in front of us.
and you got fantastic beer. Well,
Not only that, I've got some bombers for my next batch.
you do that.
Yeah.
Tell you what, tomorrow. Yeah, we'll figure it out. We're going to do the beer releases. We're trying to do the beer releases, everybody. So in the beer future, we're going to do the segment in the beer future. We got to get a little bit better at formatting. We just get to chatting. I could talk to people all day long. You know?
No, I'm not upset. We went an entire hour with these guys.
Yeah, and apologies if there's any audio issues on the live stream. We will post the re-air. It should be all beefed up audio-wise if there were any issues before. And then, of course, that podcast is always going to be juicy.
Tom.
Hey, Tom.
Hey, how's it going?
Love you, Tom.
Love you too, Tom. I
Darling.
love you more than Josh.
You love me more than Josh?
I love Tom more than Josh loves Tom.
No. I don't know. Whatever. That got weird. All right, everybody.
Not really.
I'm going to hit some outro music. How about that?
Yeah.
That's loud. You can hear that all right, right? Turn it way down.
Man,
Volume percent.
That big text.
Mhm.
Oh, that was such a
Big fan. There they
what,
went.
what was that?
That was them.
Oh,
Sorry.
that was
I shouldn't have
such
muted
a good beer.
Yeah, all those. I really enjoyed this final. The pecan brown ale.
This is the lager.
The lager was really tasty as well. I tell you what, they sent us some range,
They did.
and I wish we had
did.
2 hours. We need to get 2 hours back on the show.
We do.
Yeah, we need 2 hours. Maybe we start at 11. That's how we'd have to do it for a
Or
while.
you just say, "I'm coming into work later."
Or we get sponsors and go full time. So if you are interested in sponsoring the Texas's only live midday show, let us know. Hit us up on just message us wherever people message people, and we'll talk. We have reasonable rates, right?
Jeffrey, what did I look into this?
What?
Oh, the Stream Deck. Oh,
Stream Deck.
yeah. Jeffrey's awesome. He tries to make give us pointers and stuff.
Yeah.
Way to make our show better.
Oh, the Stream Deck, like
Yeah,
the
so
the buttons.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he turned me on to the Stream Deck, which I actually knew about.
I sent you.
But
It's all about funding.
it's in our budget.
Yeah, that's the problem. We have a bunch of things we want to buy.
Yeah.
The other side of that budget though is a little blank. So anyway.
Well, yeah. Once we get money to start investing into the show.
Yeah. So if you're looking to sponsor, we could get a lot of fanatical beer. So you're trying to market to fanatical beer people.
I think the problem is like me being over here. You can like the button clicks are like popping up. You can hear them. Like I'm clicking the mouse, clickety clack clack.
Is that what people are hearing?
Yeah, and people can hear that.
Oh well,
So,
we're gonna have to fix those mics. You gotta get closer. You gotta get up on it. You're all far away from it. Not like that. Don't get weird. Don't get weird. Stop. All right. Anyway, thanks everybody for watching. Big thanks to Paige and Tripp. They're in
they're awesome.
Bernie at Tusculum.
Oh, real quick.
And Catherine, and thanks for hopping in, Catherine. And Tom, and Jeffrey, and Chad.
So real quick, next week. Next week
Paige.
we have an awesome awesome show set up for you guys.
Amberly. Yeah.
We will be on location.
Yeah. Oh, we are. Is that official?
Well, pretty much. We'll just say it is right now.
All right.
I actually the only thing we're lacking is me just going there and testing make sure their internet's good. But next week we'll be at Astral Brewing.
Whoop, whoop, whoop.
In Garden Oaks, part of Houston, Texas.
There you go. There you go.
Right down the street from me. It's gonna be great.
Yeah, it is.
I'm gonna have a 5-minute drive to the event.
The tables have been
week.
turned.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's gonna be great. I just have to go talk to Alex.
That's all you
I'll
got.
probably be there today.
Well,
So
you
if
should.
Anybody wants to go out meet me at Astral today for a beer?
Okay.
I'll be there.
You're in the cool neighborhood. That's for sure. Yeah. All right, we got 30 seconds left. Anything else you need to say? Hey, Jules. I don't think you said hey to you, but hey, Jules.
She's in Pennsylvania right now.
Yeah, she's probably watching.
She's probably not watching.
She may be
but
watching.
she'll watch later on.
Hey, Jules.
She does that.
She does that. So thanks everybody for watching today. Thanks to our fabulous guests, the Mathews, Paige and Tripp, Tusculum Brewing, and Bernie. And Kennedy, good job. Bye, everybody. See you next week. I'm Joe.
Productions.
Ugh. Stupid.
I think we killed it.
Killed it?